Hey everyone, What If Fan here, bringing you another exciting part of What If Dragon deck user in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. You can find the fanfic title and the original author's name on my Patreon page. Make sure to check it out and show them some love. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Quick update. What If Ichigo awoke his true powers will be finished soon, since we've nearly at the end of the story. So now, I need your help picking the next project for the channel. I'm currently deciding between these three fanfics. What If Gacha System in Modern Family World? What If Transmigrated in Bleach World? What If Transmigrated in One Piece and becoming a Marine? Please vote in the poll and let me know which story you'd like to see next. I'll take the top pick and start working on that series next. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. Alright, let's jump into it. Chapter 33, Sphere Field Calamity. Yuma was calmly sleeping in his hammock one night peacefully while in the Emperor's Key. The gears turned while Astral looks around from this, thinking to himself. So far he and Yuma gathered over 50 numbers excluding the chaos numbers that evolved them, which means they're halfway through, and by gathering them all of his memories will be restored to him. But he can't help but feel troubled that while they'll unlock what he was supposed to do, not sure how his future will be decided, closing his eyes as he is in front of the gathered cards giving some thought. Meanwhile, Duman in Barian World was staring up at the throne above. While he functions as Barian World's leader, he is only someone who takes the reins while the true leader is away. The throne belongs to one of his closest friends, and fellow Barian Emperor who had been killed alongside his sister, and fellow Emperor under mysterious circumstances a while back. He doesn't know what happened, or what came of the two, but hopes they're alright wherever they are. Suddenly he senses a presence turning over, seeing Mizar walking over to him. Mizar. What is it? Jirag and Alito haven't made any progress in collecting the numbers, or capturing her. Mizar pointed out. Very well. I given them enough time, and no matter what they done, nothing they do is doing any progression. Duman has had enough of Alito, and Jirag not producing any results, sending Mizar, probably the best duelist out of them, to Earth to get the numbers or get Penelo back. He reaches in his pocket, pulling out 3 diamond-like things with purple orbs in them. Take these with you. What are they? Baria sphere cubes. I didn't think we have a reason to use them, but from Jirag and Alito's continued failures with the fact that the duelists they take control of being incompetent, I figure this would give us the edge we need. Using this will create a sphere field where we can use our dueling abilities to the fullest on Earth. One is yours, and the other 2 are Jirag and Alito's. He places them in Mizar's hand before telling him. Jirag and Alito waned my faith, be sure you don't do the same, and remember why you're there. I won't forget Duman, and I will not fail. Mizar nodded as a portal appeared behind him and he vanished in yellow particles. I hope that is the case, Duman stated calmly. Meanwhile with Mizar he approached a shadowy draconic figure that roared before he held up a blank card to it that started glowing. The figure roared loud, resisting the card that Mizar grunted, but kept strong facing it while the figure moved, attacking over but not managing to hit Mizar. Then after a second it roared, turning to energy being absorbed into the card in an energy shockwave. When done, the figure appeared on the card bearing the name number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Those 2 failed, but with you by my side I will not, Moser stated, looking at the card. He then also recalled something Duman told him once before. Other side from Kite Tenjo, someone who also uses Galaxy Eyes, Timmy Wixen, the same child that defeated Vector using this pendulum method, he had hardly been defeated. If you can control your over 100 number, Mizar, and head to Earth, then defeating him is your top priority. We can handle Yuma and his numbers another time. Timmy is a top threat that must be taken with the utmost caution, and dealt with as soon as possible. Whatever this pendulum is, it won't help him. Back on Earth, Anna was discussing with her family alongside Rio and Shark while preparing breakfast together. Timmy had stayed the night, and Anna decided to let him sleep in just a bit to have him get some rest after both Kathy and Tori together using Barian's force took a bit out of him, and Yuma since they almost lost on purpose, and the 2 proven themselves as tough opponents. But suddenly they heard a scream from upstairs. No! Hearing it, she jumped up and ran upstairs. Timmy! Timmy, are you okay? She burst in, seeing he was sitting on, breathing with sweat on his head, having just shot awake, having a nightmare. Rio ran, stopping behind her to see. What happened? Rio asked as the two of them walked into the room and embraced him from both sides. Was it a nightmare? We're right here, it's okay now. Anna agreed, kissing his cheek softly. He shuddered with tears, taking some breaths to try calming down. We're coming, they heard Alan before he burst in, holding a golf club readying over his head. Where's the burglar? He then blinked, seeing them before looking around, and lowered down the club, turning to Timmy. Oh, bad dream? Yeah, sorry. Timmy admitted, looking down. It's fine, it happens. Was it about them? Shark asked with his arms crossed. Your parents? Timmy placed a hand on his head before reaching over, trying to find his glasses, but his hand gets on something. Huh? What's this? He squeezed, blinking since he can't see, but Shark and Alan throw shocked looks with semi-blushes at this. I don't recall that being there. Get your hands off my sister! Alan shouted. Especially when I'm in the room. He would say that, but a look from said girl made him keep quiet before she takes his glasses, placing them on him while Rio removed his hand from her. He's blind as a bat when he doesn't have his glasses. Anna firmly reminded Alan. Still. Glasses aren't soft. Alan pointed out, blushing. Or, I think that's supposed to be softer than glasses? Timmy blinked, confused, before shrugging, turning to Anna, smiling. Thanks for that, Anna. She softly nodded, smiling, before then he asked. Sorry, what were we talking about? Your nightmare. Shark frowned. Are you sure you're all right? Oh, well. I was running from some sort of large monster. I don't recognize it. Then Anna and Rio took a hit when it attacked me, and a ditch opened. He shakes more as tears run down his cheeks. Where? They grabbed me and told me I need to be corrected. He starts crying after finishing that, snuggling close to Rio, hugging her as he cried on her from the thought of losing her and Anna to this monster. That won't happen. No monster will keep us from you. Anna reassured him. Promise, he choked. Promise. Rio nodded. Timmy smiled, feeling assured from it but still troubled from this, before the door knocked, and they looked, seeing Miss Kazuki, now looking more casual in place of her expensive dress and jewelry, was checking in. Is the deer all right, Anna? That sounded like a bad scream. I see. Timmy dear? Are you all right having breakfast right now? Timmy gives some thought, where he honestly doesn't feel like eating but doesn't want to waste the food she and her husband made for them, softly nodding. Seeing that she nodded, smiling. I'll be right back then, dear. Just stay in bed, let both the girls calm you down. She then turned to Shark and Alan. Boys, give them some time alone, they need each other right now. The two of them nodded, walking off. Miss Kazuki bowed, smiling, before closing the door. Well, she's different than how you said she was. Rio admitted to Anna, smiling. She changed. Anna shrugged. Timmy sure does recall he had Miss Kazuki change her attitude and money habits ever since he talked to her about Anna being her own person and not rich pretty girl. She had succeeded in changing for the better, and with the money she made from selling all her high-brand stuff, they managed to afford a better house they're staying in, and Timmy frequently gives money to Anna on his promise from the World Duel Carnival's prize that Yuma given him. But the moment she left, Timmy started shaking, still feeling fear from what his nightmare shown him. Seeing that Rio and Anna held him closer. I'm sorry for. He tried saying that he dreamed the two were killed defending him. Don't be sorry, and don't worry, that won't happen. Anna smiled gently. Rio looked at Anna for her nodding, as if saying join her, before laying Timmy down, and kissed his cheek, laying beside him. Anna did the same as she gently rubbed his head while Rio rubbed his back to help him calm down a bit. This looks to be working, where he starts taking soft breaths, and his shaking is lessened while they do this. It's okay, I promise. Rio smiled gently. Timmy softly takes a breath, closing his eyes as they do this, relaxing more, which they smiled. Meanwhile. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looked as though in a forest near Heartland both Alito and Jirag Topless were in the middle of a heavy workout. Alito wanted to work out, and Jirag decided to accompany him to stay in shape. That the two run marathons, did some push-ups, balanced themselves on a beam, and other things. That Jirag is getting more tired from this, while Alito can still go for more, such as when he smirked at Jirag's down form. All big but all talk if you can't take the pain. You should be thanking me for keeping you company, not mocking me, wise guy. Jirag frowned, only for Alito to notice something. Take a look at that, he told Jirag. It looked like a large storm is building up. That Jirag rose up, having a bad feeling. A storm like this is a bit of a dramatic entrance, but he knows that someone is coming in from Barian world. It shot a lightning bolt which hit a forest nearby, causing a shockwave that Jirag stared over, seeing the force and power of the arrival, frowning over. So someone from Barian world has came. Who do you think it is this time? I think I know, but I hope it isn't who I think it is. Alito frowned as they looked at a glowing red orb of energy, revealing a blonde young man. It is, he's here, which means things could turn ugly. The blonde turned to them. Welcome, Mizar. Jirag told him. Jirag, Alito. Mizar walked up out of the crater with a frown. Duman is really disappointed that you two kept failing in your mission. And next I found you two fooling around over here. Now Duman sent me here for us to have an edge, and he given me these for me to give you. He hands two of the sphere cubes. That they take, looking at them. They're called Baria sphere cubes, capable of giving us an advantage where we can use them to create a sphere field where we can duel against the humans with all of our Barian power. Are you serious? So if we use sphere cubes we can duel inside them? Jirag asked, smirking. That's what it sounds like, and we can use all our power from Barian world too. Alito smirked. With these we can't possibly lose. Jirag grinned, only for Mizar to smirk. Walking away, he calmly closed his eyes. We'll have to see if that's true. Wait, Mizar. Jirag, seeing him walking off, raised a hand to stop him. Unfortunately, Mizar vanished in red particles as Alito glared at where he had been standing. Damn him, we'll prove we can handle this, he frowned. Later that day. Timmy was staring off at the orange sky at the Tenjo residence's balcony of his room. Still can't get over the nightmare he had. He knew that Barian world is getting stronger each time they attack, and pretty soon the monster he had seen in his nightmare will come for them. He honestly isn't sure if he can handle it, but if it's for everyone he cares about he has to try, otherwise Astral will be destroyed. Astral world with him, the numbers will be claimed by the Barians, and both Rio and Anna will pay the price. Hearing the door opened, he turned, seeing Kite opened the door to check up on him. Seeing his younger adopted brother looks troubled. He had been informed by Rio and Anna about Timmy's nightmare he had, and can guess what's on his mind. Well, not bad but not good either, he admitted to him, looking down. I understand. Well, maybe some fresh air will do you some good. Kite suggested. You want the three of us to go with you? Timmy blinked, looking at him. All of us on a walk? That's right, the two of us, Heart and Penelo. Kite nodded. Timmy gives thought before nodding as they walked before Kite knocks on Heart's door. Heart. Me and Timmy are gonna take a walk for fresh air. Do you and Penelo want to join us? Okay. Heart nodding, opening the door. Exiting the house, they walk together after Dr. Faker tells them to be careful outside. That they promise. Walking around Heartland, Timmy looks around, seeing the civilians talking and chatting, children running around playing, the litterbots doing their job of picking up trash, and several others. He takes a breath, recalling he had been in this world for half a year at this point, and with the portal to travel to his birth world close by, it makes him wonder if he should stay or he should leave for good. It does take his mind off his nightmare, which is a plus. Hey guys? Timmy turned over to the three. Can I ask something, kinda personal? Huh, what is it, Timmy? Heart asked as they turned to him. Well, you remember I told you three what I really am? They recalled that sometime back Timmy admitted to them he's from a different Earth where Duel Monsters was known as Yu-Gi-Oh! As a fictional universe, and that dueling wasn't as advanced as it is here in Heartland. They still held him close as they do always since he's now a part of their family, and shouldn't think any different.
Yeah, we remember. Kite nodded. Well, it's just, do I belong here? Timmy asked, looking down. I mean, I'm just someone who belongs in a different Earth, came here for a reason, but when that's done, should I even stay? Go back to what I was before, and leave all this behind? Am I really a citizen here in Heartland? Of course you are. Heart immediately answered. You belong here just as much as any of us, Timmy. I agree, even if you weren't born here, this is your home and it always will be. Kite added as Penelo nodded in agreement. It's just, I have nothing back at my home world, but here I have everything. I think there be a point where I might say goodbye to it all. Yuma, Tori, Shark, you, Anna, and Rio. I'm scared that after I'm done with what I need to go back. Then find more to do here. Kite told him simply. If the reason you came was because of the numbers, fine, after that your reason to stay will be to be an older brother for Heart and Penelo, and a boyfriend and husband to Rio and Anna, you have several reasons to stay. Hearing that, Timmy looked over to the three of them. Heart and Kite were smiling as Penelo looked a bit nervous. He stared before smiling with tears hugging them that they hugged back close. The rest of the evening ended without incident as they talked, and walked more together enjoying each other's company. But little did they know trouble is about to pop up. The next day, Shark is waiting at a shop with crossed arms, impatient from another shopping spree Rio is doing. He doesn't understand girls needing to go into shopping sprees for a long time when they care lots about fashion, makeup, or all that stuff which he doesn't waste time on, and always finds it annoying to wait for a long time for her. Are you almost done, Rio? Shark asked in annoyance. When you asked me to come with you, I didn't expect this to be an all-day event. Sorry, Reginald, a girl's gotta be ready. Besides, I want to look my best for Tim. Rio apologized, running out holding bags before freezing, her eyes turning blank, dropping the bags. Rio, he asked, seeing that. Hey, what's going on? They're coming, and nothing will be spared. Rio spoke, saying that in her trance she gets into regarding Barian world. Nothing but total destruction awaits. Total destruction? What do you mean, who's coming? Shark asked, frowning at that. The one who wields the Dragon of Time. Rio answered in her trance before turning over, pointing over. That way. Shark turned, seeing she's pointing at a small park where they alongside Timmy, Anna, and Alan will meet up later today to be together. Shark frowned at that. We're going now. At that he has her get on his bike, riding off quick. Meanwhile at the park, Timmy already arrived with the Kazuki siblings, looking around with Alan checking over, and frowned from this. Are they still taking their time shopping? I think so, but you don't mind waiting for them, do you, Timmy? Anna smiled. It's a beautiful day after all. No, I don't. Timmy smiled, taking her hand. And I think the day is as beautiful as you. You, and Rio. Anna smiled, only for Alan to cry out. They turned over, seeing he gotten hit by a pink orb landing on the ground, which the two widened their eyes. Alan! They ran but heard a laughter, looking around before noticing Mizar on a monkey bar set smirking. So are you Timothy Wixon? Who are you? Timmy asked him, blaring for hurting Alan. My name is Mizar, and I will be your last opponent. Mizar takes out his Barya sphere cube, throwing it in the air. Go, Barian sphere field. The cube glowed, charging energy where something started forming. Sphere field? Timmy asked, looking around before then widening his eyes. Anna! He turned quickly, pushing her out before the sphere field enveloped him. Anna's eyes widened as the unexpected shove knocked her out of the field's range. Dang, that smarts. Alan grunted, getting up before seeing Anna on her back. Anna! He ran over. You all right? What happened? Timmy, that guy trapped him. Anna frowned. Meanwhile, Master K Kite, Master KK Kite.
Orbital suddenly rolled in while Kite, Hart, Penelo, and Dr. Faker were talking in the living room looking way more frantic than usual.
Master K Kite, we have trouble, big trouble. Well, spit it out. Kite told him. What's going on?
A sphere field like the one Dr. Faker created has materialized at the Heartland Park. Orbital explained, much to the shock of them, not so much as Penelo and Dr. Faker themselves.
What? Kite questioned. Where is it?
The Heartland PP Park. Orbital shows the field with his hologram, allowing them to see the sphere field forming at the park.
Kite frowned from this. Then Barian is making their big move. Noticing something, he looked and told Orbital. Enlarge the area at the right of the field at the bottom. At that, Orbital enlarged the image as ordered, showing Anna and Alan are there. Those two? Then wait, are Shark, Rio, and Timmy in that sphere field? Dr. Faker questioned. We need to go.
Kite decided that his brother is in danger, turning to his father. Father, you stay here and tell me of status while we're on our way. He then turned to Hart and Penelo. You two will come along, but do not do anything drastic. They looked worried but nodded at that. With that, they quickly ran off to the park while Dr. Faker stays behind to analyze the sphere field.
Meanwhile, Timmy looks around as he floats around while the cards disappeared into the pink energy. So, this is the inside of the sphere field, like the one Dad made that Yuma and Vedrix dueled in?
Sensing something, he looked over, seeing Mizar appearing in yellow particles smirking at him. The young boy grunted, staring at Mizar.
Alright, what are you here for? I have a few missions, but the one you should be wary of is that I came to eliminate you, Timothy Wixon. Mizar stated. I am the last opponent you will ever face. Timmy grunted from this.
I can tell you're more powerful than the other Barians that were here.
Well, I'm not backing down.
With that, he readies over, preparing his dual disc.
Okay, dual disc, go. Mizar raised his arm as it folded, showing a dragon's wing readying. And dual gazer, ready.
He places on the visor while Mizar's left eye turned pink.
Augmented reality vision link established. Alan and Anna places theirs on readying as they watched. Let's duel. Dueling theme, Queen for Queen by Motionless in White. Timmy, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Mizar, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. Timmy, first turn. I go first.
Timmy called over as he looks over at his hand.
This guy probably doesn't mess around.
I don't know his deck, so I better prepare myself. At that, he takes 2 cards from his hand. And I set Scale 1, Dragon Archiver Galissimo, and Scale 6, Dragon Archiver Ustuzal to set the pendulum scale. Setting the 2 as 2 dragons rose up, readying in pendulum.
Pendulum. Dragon Archiver Galissimo. Wind. Level 3. Pendulum Scale 1. Dragon Pendulum Tuner Effect. ATK 1200. Def 0. Pendulum Effect. Dragon Archiver monsters cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, you can target one Dragon Archiver monster in your GY, special summon that target in defense position to your opponent's side of the field, but during the end phase, shuffle it into your deck. Monster Effect. During your standby phase while you control this face-up card, add one monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can target up to 2 cards in your GY, shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the GY. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Galissimo once per turn. Pendulum. Dragon Archiver Relato. Dark. Level 4. Pendulum Scale 7. Dragon Effect Pendulum. ATK 2000. Def 1900. Pendulum Effect. Dragon Archiver monsters cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects.
Once per turn, if your opponent doesn't control a Dragon Archiver monster, you can target one monster on the field, negate its effects until the end phase. Monster effect: when this card is summoned, target one level 4 or lower monster your opponent controls, take control of that target until the end phase. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, your opponent cannot target the summoned monster with card effects. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Relato once per turn. With this, I can summon monsters between 2 and 5 all at once. Timmy explained while Mizar stared over, still having his smirk. Dragon sorcerers built on the ancient archive. Grant us your boon on your wisdom. Pendulum summon. Come my monsters. The portal shot down, showing us Stuzzle and Dingernell readying over on his field. Attack position. Dragon Archiver Dingernell. Wind. Level 4. Pendulum scale 2. Dragon Pendulum effect. ATK 1500. Def 1100. Pendulum effect: Dragon Archiver monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Once per turn, if a Dragon Archiver monster you control is targeted by an opponent's card effect, you can negate the activation. Monster effect: at the end of the battle phase, if an opponent's monster was destroyed by battle this turn, gain 1000 LP. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card they currently control. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Dingernell once per turn. Attack position. Dragon Archiver Stuzzle. Dark. Level 4. Pendulum scale 6. Dragon Pendulum effect. ATK 1400. Def 1100. Pendulum effect: Dragon Archiver monsters on the field gain 300 ATK. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a Dragon Archiver monster, you can destroy one spell/trap they control. Monster effect: during the end phase, banish one card from your opponent's GY. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can target one level 4 or higher monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Stuzzle once per turn. That gives him 2 monsters to use already to summon one of his dragons that is in Clear Wing, or Odd Eyes, alongside letting Mizar see how pendulum summoning is in person. Alan grinned as he watches over. Ah yeah, he's already gearing for one of his dragons. He'll definitely kick that guy's butt. I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this. Anna frowned. Ah, so this is the pendulum summoning I heard so much about. No matter. Mizar smirked. It won't be enough to defeat me in this duel. Timmy stared over before calling. Well, here's this. I overlay Dingernell and Stuzzle. The two flew up, constructing the overlay network. The archives of the dragons focus on studying the treacherous fangs. And now the dragon that sleeps in the pitch-black darkness is ready to fight all those foolish enough to oppose it. XYZ Summon. Rank 4, Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Dark Rebellion flew into the field roaring loud, readying above Timmy. Attack position. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Dark. Rank 4. Dragon Effect XYZ. ATK 2500. Def 2000. 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its ATK becomes half its current ATK, and if it does, this card gains that lost ATK. Oru 2. Mizar looked at the dragon calmly. Dark Rebellion growled, over which Timmy blinked, looking over. You're sure you're sensing a powerful presence, probably as close as Kite's galaxy eyes? Dark Rebellion growled again to answer this, which Timmy nodded over. He turned back over to Mizar. Well, in that case, it'd be a good idea to be careful. I end my turn. Hey! Anna and Alan turned over, seeing Sharksped in his he, and Rio gotten off where the male twin asked them. What's going on here? Abarian trapped Timmy in one of those sphere things from the Duel Carnival.
Alan answered. It's him.
Still in her trance-like state, they turned to Rio, who voiced the wielder of the dragon that has the ability to change time in its favor.
A dragon that can change time? Anna asked in shock, turning to the sphere field again.
Timmy's hand, 1/field, Dragon Archiver Relato, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver Galissimo, Pendulum, Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, Attack Position /ORU, 2.
Mizar first turn. So that's your strategy? In that case I'll match you.
Mizar stated as he drew his card.
I summon Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon. Attack position. Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon. Dark. Level 8. Dragon / Effect. ATK 2000. Def 0.
If you control no monsters, or your opponent controls a monster with 2000 or more ATK, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, special summon one level 8 light or dark dragon monster from your deck in defense position, except Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon, but negate its effects.
You cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Dragon XYZ monsters.
You can only use this effect of Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon once per turn. I can summon this dragon as you possess a monster with at least 2000 attack points, and in addition, when I summon Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon with his effect, I can also summon a level 8 light or dark dragon from my deck in defense position. Of course, this monster's effects are negated, so now rise Schwarzschild Limit Dragon.
A serpent brown scaled dragon making the infinity symbol with its body rose beside it. Defense position. Effects negated. Schwarzschild Limit Dragon. Dark. Level 8. Dragon / Effect. ATK 2000. Def 0.
If your opponent controls a monster with 2000 or more ATK, you can special summon this card from your hand.
2 level 8s, that means he's gonna XYZ summon. Timmy thought seeing it, probably guessing the next monster is what Dark Rebellion told him. A dragon that is supposed to be equal in power than Photon Dragon.
Now, I'll overlay my Schwarzschild Infinity Dragon and Schwarzschild Limit Dragon.
Mizar called as his 2 dragons flew up into the overlay network. Roar throughout the entire universe.
Revive, from the source of all galaxies, that flows from far back in time.
Manifest yourself, and lead me to victory. XYZ Summon. Number 107. Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon.
From that, a black jewel-like configuration rose up, spinning before unfolding over into a mechanical black dragon having red eyes, and a purple 107 on its headplate, roaring loud, staring at the field.
Attack position. Number 107, Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon. Dark. Rank 8. Dragon XYZ Effect. ATK 3000. Def 2500. 2 level 8 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. Once per battle phase, at the start of your battle phase, you can detach one material from this card, negate the effects of all other face-up monsters currently on the field, also their ATK/def become their original ATK/def. During the battle phase, if you activated this effect this turn, each time an opponent's card effect resolves, this card gains 1000 ATK until the end of the battle phase. Also, it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Oru, 2. Sensing the power of the dragon, shark grunted over from some pressure. I don't like this, that thing's giving me the creeps. Yeah, feels spooky. Alan admitted, shivering a little. Number 107. Anna asked, shocked, staring at it, didn't thinking numbers over 100 will exist. But Timmy was shocked, staring at the monster as it growled over. That monster, it's the same one as in my nightmare.
He definitely knows Mizar's dragon is the same one that attacked him, which Anna and Rio gave their lives defending him against before he was taken away from his parents. While Mizar just ignored him, the others heard him, while Timmy stared in horror, flinching back as he stared at the dragon. Now, as a dragon-type XYZ monster is in play, I summon this to your field.
Rise up, Galaxy Ice Tachyon Primal. Attack position. Galaxy Ice Tachyon Primal. Dark. Level 8. Dragon/Effect. ATK, 3000. Def, 2500. When a Dragon XYZ monster declares an attack, attach this card on the field to it as material. You can only use each of the following effects of Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal once per turn. If a Dragon XYZ monster is on the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to either field. If this card is normal or special summoned, its owner adds one Tachyon spell/trap from their deck to their hand. From that, a purple energy dragon rose beside Dark Rebellion, roaring loud as they stared confused before a card ejected from Mizar's deck. When Tachyon Primal is summoned, I can add a Tachyon spell or trap to my hand, and now Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon attack Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Mizar called. And now your effect will activate. My effect? Timmy asked before noticing Tachyon Dragon glowing, taking a unit. Oh, are you 2-1, huh? During battle, my Tachyon Dragon negates the effects of all other monsters on the field, and if any of them attempt to use their effects, not only is it negated but Tachyon Dragon gains 1000 attack points. Mizar revealed. Attack Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, effects negated. Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal, effects negated. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, ATK, 3000 plus 1000 equals 4000 / can attack twice. Tachyon Dragon charged an attack fired over enveloping Dark Rebellion, which roared loud, destroyed that Timmy grunted, crying out. Timmy, 2500 / hand, 1, Timmy takes a breath, which Mizar called. Too early to start relaxing. Tachyon Dragon's effect now applies. Tachyon Dragon roared, transforming back to its diamond form. Tachyon Transmigration. Sending light nixes around the field, Timmy grunted as they covered their eyes before a beam from Tachyon Primal was absorbed by Tachyon Dragon. Reflect through time and space to be reborn. Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Tachyon Dragon unfolded back to its monster form, roaring loud, emerging, readying. What just happened is it called upon the power of space and time to make a second attack and crush all those weaker than it. Mizar smirked from this. So it can manipulate the fabric of time to weaken his opponent but also make himself stronger? Anna asked, stunned, hearing of an ability that does that. Tachyon Dragon, attack Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Primal. Mizar called. Tachyon Dragon charges up against Tachyon Primal, which Timmy notices it's glowing like before, only the ability is cancelled like before. Wait, it isn't once per turn? Then it fired a beam, energizing Tachyon Dragon once more. Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, ATK, 4000 plus 1000 is equal to 5000. This attack will deal a lot of damage. Anna cried. Timmy. Rio cried. Tachyon Dragon fired, blasting off Tachyon Primal, destroying it as Timmy was pushed back, slamming against the sphere field, which he screamed in agony from the field, electrocuting him before he limped down. Timmy, 0500 / hand, 1. You survived one turn, but this duel is over on my next move. Mizar stated calmly, ending his turn. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, ATK, 5000 minus 2000 is equal to 3000. Mizar's hand, 5/field, number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, attack position /ORU, 1. Timmy, 0500. Hand, 1. Field, Dragon Archiver, Relato, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver. Galissimo, Pendulum. Mizar, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, attack position /ORU, 1. Timmy, second turn. Pathetic, you're already down when exposed to Tachyon Dragon. Should quit now. Mizar smirked over. Over H here. Hearing Orbital, they looked, seeing Kite, Heart, Orbital, and Penelo had just arrived, which Kite asked them. Is everyone alright? Timmy's in trouble. Shark frowned. He's already lost 3,500 life points, and that creep has a number. Number 107, and it's a Galaxy Eyes. Anna told Kite. Galaxy Eyes? Kite turned over, seeing the number, while Mizar smirked to him. There can only be one person who can wield Galaxy Eyes.
From that prime photon dragon's soul appeared roaring loud. That tachyon dragon roared back from the sparking energy in between them. They're calling, the dragons are calling for each other. In her trance, Rio spoke what she's feeling about the dragons.
So you're Kite Tenjo. One of the only people to have ever defeated this kid in a duel.
Mizar smirked over to Kite, who glared at him.
When I get done with him, you'll be next for me to crush, and prove that I am the Galaxy Eyes Master.
He looks over towards Timmy, who is trying to get upright to continue the match. Take your final turn, Timothy, but know that nothing you do will protect you from losing on my turn. He then notices something widening his eyes before narrowing.
Well, SHE is also here.
He is staring over at Penelope from this.
Penelope's eyes widened as she took a fearful step back. Huh, what do you mean?
Kite questioned.
I guess she never told you? Mizar asked, smirking over.
That girl you have?
Penelope, she's also a Barian.
Barian?
Hart asked, looking at her, hearing that. Well, not pure Barian.
She is also a part of Astral World, also in a completed mix between both races.
Mizar said, over, smirking over. Made from a Barian mother and an astral father, to where now she works for us in Barian World as our spy.
Although her being a spy isn't true, what was done so far would make sense.
A spy? Rio blinked, looking at Penelope, who was afraid.
Yes, indeed. Here to give us insight for this world, and she done a good job at that.
Mizar confirmed, smirking, laughing over.
Yeah, keep laughing. They looked at Timmy, who stood up straight, glaring at Mizar.
Joke's on you.
What?
Mizar questioned, hearing that. You're in no position to make jokes. We already knew she's a Barian. Timmy revealed over towards him.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Alan questioned.
Don't you remember Alan? What Yuma sent to us?
Anna recalled over that as she glared at Mizar.
Yeah, we already knew. Penelope's no enemy.
Hart takes her hand, glaring to Mizar. She's a great friend to us, and wouldn't betray us. Astral already figured it out, she's his daughter.
Timmy rose up to his feet, or at least floating upright.
He had already asked Penelope for permission if he can tell us, and she said yes until you guys came around.
He then glared over at the shocked Mizar.
So no matter what you say, we know that you're spouting nothing but lies. Penelope is our friend, and no longer your prisoner.
Wait, that's what he sent us? Alan asked, blushing a bit. I never looked at it.
Hart only turned to Penelope, smiling to her. Yeah, we know you're a Barian, Penelope, but you're our friend, and besides,
Astral trusts you, so we don't have a reason to doubt you. And you're also incredible.
Hearing that, she looked at Hart and looked down, tearing up slightly. TCH, no matter, even if you knew, once I defeat you and Kite, she'll be returning to Barian World where she belongs.
Mizar told Timmy. Timmy grunted, readying to continue the duel. Well, I won't back down.
Drawley drew, checking over before calling.
And I start by activating the spell card, Pot of Greed. So now, I draw 2 cards.
The pot appeared as he drew 2 cards.
Pot of Greed. Normal spell card. Draw 2 cards.
Timmy checks his drawn cards, nodding over before calling, raising a card.
Archiver Cloak.
A spell showing of a robe like the Dragon Archivers where appeared.
Equipped to number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Archiver Cloak.
Equip spell card. Equip this card only to one monster special summon from the extra deck while you control a Dragon Archiver card in your pendulum zone. The equipped monster is treated as a Dragon Archiver monster. If this card is sent to the GY cause the equipped monster left the field, you can target one dragon monster in your GY, special summon it. You can only activate one effect of Archiver Cloak per turn.
So now Tachyon Dragon is a Dragon Archiver. Tachyon Dragon has a sash on its waist with the Dragon Archiver crest on it. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon.
Equipped with Archiver Cloak.
What good will that do for you? Mizar questioned.
This card.
Graceful archiving. Timmy shows his drawn card. Graceful archiving. Normal spell card. Target one Dragon Archiver monster on the field, its ATK becomes 0 until the end phase, also draw 3 cards, and discard 2 cards. During your battle phase, if the targeted monster is targeted for an attack by a monster special summon from the extra deck, you can banish this card from your GY, have the attacking monster gain 1000 ATK or lose 1000 ATK. You can only activate one Graceful Archiving once per turn. Tachyon Dragon's attack points go to 0 until the end of the turn, then I draw 3 cards, and discard 2. Timmy draws 3 cards, and discard 2 while Tachyon Dragon roared loud, losing its power. Tachyon Transmigration. Counter Trap card. If you control a Galaxy Eyes monster, activate as Chain Link 2 or higher, negate the activations of your opponent's spell/trap cards and monster effects activated before this card in this chain, and if you do, shuffle the negated cards on the field into the deck. If you control a Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon monster, you can activate this card from your hand. This negates all the cards activated before it and shuffles them into your deck. A trap from the hand? How did he do that? Timmy asked, shocked from hearing of certain traps that can be activated from the hand under certain conditions. As I control Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, I can use this trap from my hand. Mizar smirked. Graceful Archiving was forced to be shuffled, in which Timmy grunted over. In that case, I activate Archiving Harmony. At that, a spell showing Renotu, and a roll call chanting over while raising up with Starving Venom being formed from their spells. Archiving Harmony. Normal spell card. Target 2 Dragon Archiver monster in your Pendulum Zone or GY, special summon them in defense position, and if you do, Fusion Summon, XYZ Summon, Ritual Summon, or Synchro Summon one Dragon monster from your extra deck or hand using those 2 monsters as materials or tributes, and if you do, that monster is treated as a Dragon Archiver monster. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this card except Dragon monsters. You can only activate one Archiving Harmony per turn. So I take Astuzal and Relato from my graveyard, or Pendulum Zone, and summon them, then summon a dragon. Timmy called as his Dark Dragon Archivers flew on the field readying. Dragon Archiver Astuzal, attack position. Dragon Archiver Relato, attack position. And now I fuse them together. Timmy called as the 2 glowed bright, flying up into the fusion vortex. Fusion? Mizar questioned. The archives of the dragons focus on studying the poisonous fangs. And now the dragon that sleeps in the hell beneath the petals is ready to give terror. Fusion Summon. Level 8, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Starving Venom materialized from the fusion vortex, roaring loud ahead, ready to face Tachyon Dragon. Attack position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Dark. Level 8. Dragon Effect Fusion. ATK, 2800. Def, 2000. 2 dark monsters on the field, except tokens. If this card is fusion summoned, you can make this card gain ATK equal to one opponent's special summon monster, until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target one level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls. Until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. Your dragon is impressive, but it's not powerful enough to defeat my Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Mizar told Timmy. You're right, it's not. Timmy answered while Kite and the others noticed that he isn't used Starving Venom's effect. But I can do this. Starving Venom attack. Starving Venom roared, charging in at Tachyon Dragon. What? Mizar questioned. Have you given up? Tachyon Dragon fired a blast, vaporizing Starving Venom that pushed Timmy back. Timmy, 0300/hand 0, that seems like a bad move, but it's good. 'Cause when destroyed, when fusion summoned, all of your special summon monsters are destroyed. Mizar's eyes widened in shock as his dragon was destroyed. And then Archiver Cloak's effect activates. When the equipped monster leaves the field, Starving Venom is revived. Timmy called as Starving Venom rose up, roaring loud. Starving Venom, attack position. Now Starving Venom attack Mizar directly. Mega Flare attack.
Starving Venom charged an attack firing over at Mizar, striking him and blasting him to the wall of the sphere field where it electrocuted him but doesn't affect him as much as Timmy.
Mizar, 1200/hand, 4.
I see, he used Starving Venom's destruction effect to destroy Tachyon Dragon. As it isn't a number, it can't destroy it through battle, and with the kind of power it has during battle, that's the best move to make to prevent it from attacking twice and gain more power.
Shark realized as he watches this. That's good, Anna admitted.
Timmy breathes before gasping, staggering, his vision blurry as Mizar brushes his shoulder, looking at Timmy, who grunted.
I end my turn.
Timmy's hand, 0/field, Dragon Archiver, Galissimo, Pendulum, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, attack position.
Mizar's second turn. Well, I have to admit, interesting. Mizar smirked over to him.
I suppose before I eliminate you, I'll show you the power you will never beat.
He raised his arm, calling. Go Barian Battle Morph. At that he starts glowing gold. What's happening? Anna asked as they all blocked their eyes.
When the light faded, they looked over, seeing Mizar in a different form. A beige mask on his form with his golden crest having yellow skin, and a white robe around his waist, and topless alongside without a nose and mouth. Seeing it, Penelo gasped and turned to run from the sphere field.
Wait, Penelo. Heart seeing that takes her wrist. Don't worry, we won't let him get you.
She shuddered, turning to him as he smiled before then asking.
So, what can you tell us about this Barian?
Mizar is one of the 7 Barian emperors. They rule Barian world and are all really strong.
Penelo shivered, looking at Mizar fearfully. They kept me locked up and... That's enough out of you, little girl. Well, Timothy, I believe it's time we end this duel. You believe that with my dragon gone you've won, correct? Mizar asked, drawing his card. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. I summoned Tachyon Plowdragon. Attack position. Tachyon Plowdragon. Light. Level 4. Dragon/effect. ATK, 300. Def, 250. If this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it. You contribute this card, special summon 1 Tachyon monster from your deck or GY, except Tachyon Plowdragon. If you special summon a Dragon XYZ monsters, except during the damage step, you can target one of them, attach this card to it as material from the GY, if it was there when the monster was summoned, or hand, even if not. You can only use each effective Tachyon Plowdragon once per turn. However, don't get too attached because I contribute this monster to bring back Tachyon Dragon. Plowdragon vanished as his number appeared again, roaring. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, attack position. Again? Timmy grunted, growing fearful that it was revived easily.
Now to end this duel, I activate the spell Rank Up Magic Barian's Force.
Mizar called.
This ranks up my number into a chaos number.
Rank Up Magic Barian's Force. Normal spell card.
Target 1 face-up XYZ monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, 1 number C or CXYZ monster with the same type as that monster you control but 1 rank higher, by using it as the XYZ material.
This special summon is treated as an XYZ summon.
XYZ materials attached to it also become XYZ materials on the summoned monster. Then, if possible, detach 1 XYZ material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to the summoned monster as an XYZ material.
Tachyon Dragon glowed, flying into the overlay network that they watched.
Manifest yourself, chaos numbers 107. The particles that dwell inside my very soul.
Now, surge through time and become the power that exceeds even light. Chaos XYZ change. Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. From that a golden light appeared as a 3-headed red-eyed energy dragon roaring, manifesting. Attack position. Number C107, Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Unknown stats. Neo Tachyon Dragon? Kite asked, hearing that as he sees the dragon forming.
But Mizar and Timmy began to notice that the monster is so powerful everything around them is shorting out, looking around seeing electricity crackling while Dragon roared.
Mizar, realizing what's going on, widened his eyes. It's power, it's too much. The sphere field can't take it. At this rate.
He reverted to his human form while the summoning struggled on before he called.
Do not forget this encounter, Timothy, the next time we meet you won't be so lucky. That said, he vanished in a gold light, blinding them.
Checking, they see Mizar, and his monster was gone, leaving behind a damaged sphere field.
Timmy, 0300. Hand, 0.
Field, Dragon Archiver, Galissimo, Pendulum, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Attack Position.
Mizar, 1200. Hand, 4. Field, number C107, Neo Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon, Attack Position. Duel ended with no result. Almost immediately, Anna and Rio ran to Timmy and embraced him.
The sphere field vanished as he slowly floated down, still having a stunned look while his cards vanished. He reached the ground before he knelt, still in shock, before he started crying just as both Rio and Anna embraced him.
That was the monster, the same one who killed you too. Timmy started sobbing as he tells them about it. Who almost done it.
He kept choking up, crying as his girls held him close.
Girls? Yes? Anna asked, gently wiping his eyes and kissing his cheek. I think I almost died.
Those words he whispered had broke both girls' hearts, triggering tears from them.
We won't let that happen, we promise.
Rio whispered with tears before kissing him on the lips before Anna did the same, and they both held him close while crying. Timmy snuggled against them, crying a bit himself as they're together over. Kite, Shark, Alan, Orbital, and Penelo watched with mixed reactions from this. They all can tell that if it wasn't for the sphere field malfunctioning, Timmy would definitely lose to Mizar, and otherwise that, and the nightmare he had, they can't blame him for being really emotional. Figuring this, Kite places hands on Shark and Alan's shoulders.
Come on, this is a moment we shouldn't bother.
He looked over to Heart, Penelo, and Orbital, nodding to follow them.
With that, they all walked off, leaving Timmy, Anna, and Rio alone. Chapter 34, Perfect Defense. Oh, Timmy!
Dr. Faker had just arrived, checking in with Byron, and the Arclight, seeing Timmy looking a little injured from his duel with Mizar, was in a hospital bed sitting in with his girlfriends and everyone else. After the three had their moment together, Shark came in and suggested to take Timmy to medical attention as they see some injuries he had sustained from both the sphere field and Tachyon Dragon. They quickly got him admitted and called everyone to let them know about it, where Dr. Faker and the Arclights just arrived with everyone else.
Hey Dad, Arclights. Timmy greeted over to them. Are you okay? Thomas asked, frowning.
We heard what happened.
Yeah, I think so. The boy looked down with a frown.
But this might be minor when Mizar comes back and finishes what he started. If he comes back, we'll fight him together.
Thomas told him. As strong as his dragon is, it can still be taken down.
Thomas, you don't get it, they blinked as Timmy looked afraid.
Last night.
I had a horrible nightmare, and that dragon was in it.
That same dragon? Caswell asked, worried for him.
I was running from it, it attacked, but Anna and Rio jumped and took the blast for me.
Timmy started shaking as he recalled the nightmare.
Then, my parents, my real ones, they came out of nowhere and pulled me away from them, saying I needed to be corrected. He shakes harder as tears dripped down his eyes. That felt so hard, and it almost happened in that duel.
Anna and Rio both frowned hearing that as they embraced him. That won't happen, I promise. Anna whispered, kissing his cheek. None of it. Rio agreed. That dragon won't take us away from you, and your parents, they won't ever hurt you again. Anna and Rio both frowned hearing that as they embraced him. That won't happen, I promise. Anna whispered, kissing his cheek. None of it. Rio agreed. That dragon won't take us away from you, and your parents, they won't ever hurt you again. Astral appeared beside Yuma, speaking over. I am more concerned about something else. Huh, what do you mean? Yuma asked, turning to him. Do you remember what the number Mizar's dragon was? Astral asked as flashes of the duel went over that Mizar summoned Tachyon dragon while battling.
There should only be 100 numbers out of my memories, but that dragon was over there. Such a thing shouldn't exist. He then frowned, cupping his chin. It may be where the Baryons are planning to make a critical move, and this worries me. I have to agree, these new number cards could pose a serious threat. The more information we can gather on them, the better.
Byron agreed. So Penelope. Hart turned over to said girl. You know about the leaders of Baryan world, right? Can you tell us what you know about them?
They looked over to her hearing that. All but Timmy and his girlfriends, who was comforting him to calm him down.
Penelope shivered a bit. They're really dangerous. The Baryan emperors.
Well, there used to be 7, but 2 of them vanished. Each one has a number over 100. I don't know much about the leader or the owner of number 103.
But I know the other 5. Should I start with Mizar, or Nash?
Hearing the name Nash made something went off in Shark and Rio's heads.
That name, it sounded so familiar. Had they heard of that before? No, couldn't be. They never met anyone by that name, or been friends with a Baryan like that. So why did it sound familiar? At the same time, Ray's frown went deeper, but no one noticed. I think Nash, 'cause we don't know him yet since Mizar came in. Astral spoke to his daughter.
Please don't leave a detail out, Penelope, tell us all you know.
She nodded at that. Well,
Nash, he is the ultimate leader of the Baryons.
I don't know what he is exactly. Penelope admitted over. I haven't seen him since I was there. I do know he's the strongest though.
So to stop the Baryons we stop Nash.
Yuma decided on with a grin, looking at Penelope. So how do we find him?
Penelope frowned before she shook her head.
We can't.
They looked confused, wondering why they can't.
Wait.
You said there were 7 but 2 disappeared, does that mean that?
Bronk trailed off, suddenly realizing what she meant. Yes.
Nash was one of the 2 of the Baryan emperors that vanished. Penelope confirmed as a silhouette figure in her mind alongside another looking like a woman vanished into particles.
Astral frowned at that. I see. I do know the others. Duman, Vector, Mizar, Jirag, and Alito. Wait, what? Jirag and Alito are Baryons? Yuma asked, shocked hearing that, recalling the 2.
But they're both. Duman is the current leader of the Baryons right now. He's mostly the second in command next to Nash, but he took over when Nash vanished.
Penelope explained over to them.
Then next is Mizar, you all encountered him. Probably one of the strongest duelists other side from Nash, as you've seen his dragon is capable of manipulating the fabric of time. Then Jirag, he's a powerhouse, but although he is skilled in cunning strategies, his strength is nothing to sneeze at. And there's Alito, a duelist who is eager to fight, being an honorable fighter against any opponent who gets him fired up.
What about Vector? Anna asked, frowning. Is he honorable and strong like the others? Penelope shuddered. He's despicable. Despicable?
He's the most sinister of the Baryan emperors.
Penelope said, looking afraid.
He loves playing tricks and hurting others. He knows who to go over people's weak points and exploit them for him to fight. What makes him scary is that he is willing to injure himself in order to do it. He nearly came close to destroying Astral World. She then turned to Byron and Dr. Faker.
Using you too. Hearing that, they froze. Wait, you mean he's the Baryan that came in contact and claimed that destroying Astral World would heal Heart?
Dr. Faker asked in shock.
Yes.
I felt a familiar energy from Kite, who told me he got the power from Heart.
I only felt it once, but I'm sure. That was Vector's Baryan chaos energy. Penelope confirmed with a nod.
So the Baryan that Timmy defeated in that match with Dr. Faker.
Caswell trailed off, recalling the Baryan that appeared in Dr. Faker's duel with Timmy and possessed him while first using Baryan's force. That has to be Vector.
So basically what I'm hearing is Vector is a snake who we need to be careful with, but the other 4 sound simple enough. We just need to defeat them.
Shark noted. Then again, it might be simple, but I doubt it's going to be easy to pull it off.
They looked to Timmy, who was still looking down.
I don't know if I can keep going. I almost lost Anna and Rio for real. I might lose them for real next time if it keeps happening. Timmy cried out as he said that. I was lucky, but I might not be.
He buried his head in his knees as he said that, crying in them.
Shark frowned seeing that. Get up. Shark. Excuse me?
At that they looked over, seeing a nurse walking in.
Yes? Dr. Faker asked.
I'm sorry, but it's time for us to give Mr. Tenjo a checkup to see how he is doing, the nurse explained over.
So I'm gonna need to ask everyone to leave the room for a few minutes.
Fine, but after this have him head up to the roof.
Shark told the nurse.
And no, he doesn't get to refuse. The nurse confused nodded as she and the doctor walked in while everyone walked out.
Shark, what are you doing? Yuma asked with a raised eyebrow to him. Shock therapy, I'm going to snap Timmy out of this the only way we can, a duel. Shark answered to Yuma. Meanwhile in Barian world. It's unfortunate that you had to retreat as the power of Tachyon Dragon was too much for the sphere field to take.
That was Duman's voice, who was meeting up with Mizar, who doesn't have his cloak on him, for them to discuss about the events that happened in that match. Still, now the prisoner is with the original number, and they already know about her being a Barian. This became more difficult.
Duman spoke with closed eyes.
True, but that boy Timothy won't be a threat. I can defeat him at any time.
Mizar stated calmly.
He got lucky, but it won't happen again.
Have you got some information about the young boy? This pendulum vector spoke of? I have some things, but I need to face him again to confirm. Mizar replied. Very well. Get some rest, Mizar. I'll call you again when I need you again. Duman instructed him.
You had captured Tachyon Dragon, and then head in after Timmy, so you need to gather your strength again. Mizar was about to argue, but can feel that from capturing Tachyon Dragon it took a bit of his strength, and just from trying to summon Neo Tachyon Dragon it took a good amount of his strength, even with him using Barian Battlemorph against Timmy. Plus those dragons Timmy used are stronger than he thought when it destroyed Tachyon Dragon, and attacked him, so maybe rest is a good idea at this point.
He nodded only to frown. There is one other thing, Duman. What is it? Duman turned over to him.
His dragon, when it struck me the power, it felt as powerful as the rumored Barian god. There may be a connection between Timothy's cards and him.
Mizar answered. Don 1000? Duman looked shocked, turning over. Are you absolutely certain, Mizar?
I wouldn't joke about something like that. It wasn't chaos energy, but whatever it was, it's something we need to keep our eyes on.
Mizar answered, frowning as he walked off.
Duman gave thought before Mizar paused when he heard him speak.
Could it be? No, it must be a coincidence, but then again, it all seemed to add up. Duman? Mizar turned to him hearing that. Duman turned over, which he looked around before he told Mizar. Follow me, Mizar. If what you're saying is true, then I might know what that boy's role is about. Mizar's eyes widened as he nodded, following Duman.
They walked up over to the throne as Duman reached down the left arm of the seat, pressing a button that made the throne move, revealing a staircase underneath. Duman walked down as Mizar followed behind him, that the throne moved back into place to hide them.
Duman and Mizar walked down the staircase with orbs of chaos energy lighting the way.
Mizar stared at Duman, not sure what he is thinking, but hearing about how this might have him know of Timmy's role, he is interested at least. Timmy doesn't seem to be anyone special other side from Pendulum, but from being hit by starving venom he felt the power of Don 1000 himself, which means they might now get some answers about him. They arrived at a worn-out door where Duman turned over to him.
Now Mizar, before Nash and Marin vanished,
Nash had shown me this room before. I think he had me seen it so I can know about something really important. If what you said about Don 1000 and Timmy's dragons is true, then it'd be important if you know about this too, so we can know more about this kid.
Of course, I understand. Mizar nodded. Duman undid his cloak as it vanished, revealing he's a grey Barian without a mask, a red crystal on his chest, and violet eyes. Duman turned, opening the door, walking in as Mizar walked in. As he looked around,
he sees statues of someone like a armored sea god wielding a trident. Other side from it he also sees moss, vines, and other things around that he looks around confused over.
Here we are.
Hearing Duman's voice, Mizar turned where he reaches a part covered by a large curtain.
What kind of place is this? Mizar questioned, looking at the curtain. Mizar, during my service to Nash and Marin, this is one of the most well-kept secrets. Duman stated over to him, turning over.
Nash hadn't seen this, as he figured he won't be around to find out. Which means you can't tell anyone else, other side Marin, none of the other emperors but us, and Nash know this.
Mizar's eyes widened as the severity of what he was about to see hit him. I understand, I won't reveal this to anyone.
Duman nodded, turning, grabbing the curtain, and pulled it down, which a large amount of dust kicked off from it.
Mizar started to cough and shield his eyes from the dust. Once the dust subsides, he checks over. He sees it was a large wall of ancient writing alongside pictures. Carved pictures of events throughout history. What is this? Mizar whispered, looking at the events.
This, Mizar, is the most sacred treasure here of Barian world.
Duman stared up at the wall.
The mural that shows of the future of Barian world. They stared up at the mural, and writing, viewing it over.
Meanwhile, back at Earth.
After giving a clean bill of health to Timmy, he was told by the doctors not to push himself too much before being told if Shark need to have him at the roof, telling him he can't refuse. With Rio and Anna guiding him, he takes his deck and dual disc, walking up the stairs to the roof for them to meet up with Shark and everyone else.
So how's your health? Shark asked, looking away from Timmy.
Well, the doctor said I should be alright as long as I don't push myself too hard.
Timmy answered over to him as he walked at the other side.
So Shark, why do you have me up here?
Shark frowned, turning.
I had you come here to duel, and I'm not taking no for an answer.
To duel? You're letting your fears control you, so I will have you get your head back on right. Shark stated, over readying his dual disc.
Otherwise I can't look at you as someone who can date my sister.
Okay Shark, if you want a duel, I will do it.
Timmy called, readying over.
Okay, dual disc ready.
He then places on his visor with Shark's.
And dual gazer is set.
Augmented reality vision link established. Everyone else places on their own dual gazers, or in Astral's case he can see just fine, checking in.
Let's duel.
Dueling theme, still worth fighting for by my darkest days.
Timmy, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Shark, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence.
Shark looked at his hand before turning up to his opponent. You go on first, Timmy, show me what you got.
Timmy, first turn. Timmy nodded, checking his hand. While he makes his move, Yuma turned to Rio.
So Timmy and Shark, who are you gonna root for?
That's easy, Reginald. Rio answered. It's the only option.
Huh?
Not your boyfriend?
Flip was shocked that she would pick her brother rather than her boyfriend, who needs her support right now.
Rio just turned to Flip and gave him a disappointed look.
I feel the same way, I'm rooting for Shark too.
Anna told them.
They looked confused before turning over.
Timmy checked his hand.
Shark is serious on dueling him, and know that something is up. He can't afford to make any mistakes, so he will give this he can. So with that though, he takes 2 cards.
Okay.
I set Scale 3 Dragon Archiver, Ichalis, and Scale 10, Dragon Archiver, Williamston to set the pendulum scale. He sets it as Ichalis, and Williamston raise up in his pendulum zones.
Pendulum. Dragon Archiver, Williamston. Dark. Level 1. Pendulum Scale, 10. Dragon Effect Pendulum. ATK, 100. Def, 1300.
Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver. Monsters on the field cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if a Dragon Archiver monster is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can draw 1 card. Monster Effect, During your draw phase, special summon one monster from your hand, but negate its effects. Also, this card's level becomes the same level as that monster. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Williamston once per turn. Pendulum. Dragon Archiver Ichigo. Wind. Level 3. Pendulum Effect 3. Dragon Effect Tuner Pendulum. ATK 1200. Def 900. Pendulum Effect. Dragon Archiver monsters cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a Dragon Archiver monster, you can draw one card equal to how many of those monsters they control. Monster Effect. If your opponent summons a monster, target one face-up spell/trap card on the field, destroy that target. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can pay 1000 LP. That summoned monster can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Ichigo once per turn. I can now summon monsters between levels 4 and 9. Timmy explained while Shark watches uninterested. Dragon sorcerers built on the ancient archive. Grant us your boon on your wisdom. Pendulum summon. Come my monsters. At that the pendulum portal appeared before shooting one light. The archives of the dragons focus on studying the dichromatic eyes. And now the dragon that sleeps in the high account of pendulum is ready to show all his power. Pendulum summon. Level 7, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. At that his pendulum dragon lowered down roaring loud above Timmy as the only monster he summoned. Attack position. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Dark. Level 7. Pendulum Scale 4. Dragon Effect Pendulum. ATK 2500. Def 2000. Pendulum Effect. You can reduce the battle damage you take from an attack involving a pendulum monster you control to 0. During your end phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add one pendulum monster with 1500 or less ATK from your deck to your hand. You can only use each pendulum effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon once per turn. Monster Effect. If this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. Shark nodded calmly, seeing that. I place one card face down. Your turn. Timmy ends with a set card. Timmy's hand, 1/field, Dragon Archiver Ichigo, Pendulum, Dragon Archiver Williamston, Pendulum, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, attack position, 1 set card. Shark first turn. I'd expected more. Well, at least his move isn't sloppy. Shark readied isn't thinking somewhat suspicious but will take what he has planned head on. Then it's my turn, I draw. He drew, checking over while everyone tensed, knowing how strong Shark can be. I think I will start this off by activating the spell, Mystical Space Typhoon. Mystical Space Typhoon. Quick play spell card. Target one spell/trap on the field, destroy that target. From this I destroy a spell or trap card on the field like you're face down. Timmy widened his eyes as the cyclone shot through, revealing his set card was Studying of the Archives. And now, as I just activated a spell card, I can summon this terror from the deep. Surfacing Big Jaws. At that a large shark shaping his big jaws but bigger in size rose up, growling. Attack position. Surfacing Big Jaws. Water. Level 4. Fish/effect. ATK 1800. Def 300. If this card is used for the XYZ summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 5 monster. You can only use each of the following effects of Surfacing Big Jaws once per turn. During your main phase, if a spell card was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except XYZ monsters. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one fish shark monster from your deck to your hand. Then, as this card was summoned, I take a shark that's a fish to my hand from my deck. Shark searches his deck, adding a card, nodding before then showing the card. And what you know?
Like this one.
As this card was added to my hand from my deck, I can summon Drake Shark instantly. At that materializing was a small fish-like monster shaping as Shark Drake itself rose up growling over.
Attack position. Drake Shark.
Water.
Level 4.
Fish/effect.
ATK 1400. Def 1050.
If this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it. This card can be treated as 2 materials for the XYZ summon of a water monster that uses 3 or more materials. You can only use each of the previous effects of Drake Shark once per turn. A Shark Drake XYZ monster that has this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 spell/trap on the field, attach it to this card as material.
2 monsters and he didn't even normal summon? Flip asked in shock.
That's typical of Shark.
Thomas admitted. Oh, you want a normal summon? I'll give it. Come on out, right hand Shark.
Shark places down a card as raising was a shark that's dark blue, and shaping is a clawed right hand growling over above.
Attack position. Right hand Shark.
Water.
Level 4.
Fish/effect.
ATK 1500. Def 1300.
When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 left-hand shark from your deck to your hand.
If this card is in your GY and you control no monsters,
you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. An XYZ monster that was summoned using only water monsters as material, including this card on the field, gains this effect.
This card cannot be destroyed by battle.
You can only use each effect of right-hand shark once per turn. Since I summoned this card, I take left-hand shark to my hand.
Shark explained, showing a monster adding it. And now I overlay right-hand shark, surfacing big jaws, and Drake Shark. With these 3 monsters I build the overlay network. The 3 turned blue flying into the overlay network. The most powerful ruler of the deep sea.
Your sharp fangs shall exterminate everything.
XYZ summon. Show yourself, number 32. Marine biting dragon, Shark Drake. A blue 32 appeared, which Shark Drake's fin appeared forming over into Shark's ace number, roaring loud, readying on the field. Attack position. Gains effect from right-hand Shark. Gains effect from Drake Shark. Number 32. Shark Drake.
Water.
Rank 4. Sea Serpent Effect XYZ. ATK 2800. Def 2100. 3 level 4 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. Once per turn, when this attacking card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, special summon the destroyed monster to your opponent's side of the field in face-up attack position. Also it loses 1000 ATK, and if you do summon this way, this card can make a second attack during this battle phase. Oru 3. Shark Drake. Yuma cried in shock seeing the number.
Timmy grunted over before Shark raised an arm.
And now I activate the effect of Shark Drake, the Drake Shark given it. Shark Drake takes 2 overlay units into its body. I use 2 overlay units to have one of your spell or trap cards become its overlay unit. What?
Shark Drake roared, charging energy engulfing Williamston, forcing it to turn into a unit flying over, and flying around Shark Drake with its other unit.
Shark Drake, ORU, 3-1, 2.
Wait, but without a pendulum scale Timmy can't pendulum summon.
Michael realized.
And not only that, as Timmy doesn't have a number, he can't eliminate Shark Drake, as only a number can destroy a number in battle. Chris narrowed his eyes while seeing this, but frowned seeing Timmy's distressed frown.
Now battle. Shark Drake attack Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Deep Sea Destruction.
Shark Drake charges an attack, charging, blasting its signature attack, chomping down on Odd Eyes, which destroyed it, and pushing Timmy back, who shakes his head looking over.
Timmy, 3700/hand, 1, you're lucky your monster didn't go to the graveyard. Shark Drake's ability can only revive and attack those that are summoned from the graveyard. But the advantage is still mine even with that.
He's right, Timmy's in big trouble.
Yuma frowned.
Timmy grunted as Shark sets a card.
I end my turn.
Shark's hand, 3/field, number 32, Shark Drake, attack position / gains effect from right hand Shark / gains effect from Drake Shark / ORU, 2, 1 set card.
Timmy, 3700. Hand, 1.
Field, Dragon Archiver Icalis, Pendulum.
Shark, 4000. Hand, 3.
Field, number 32, Shark Drake, attack position / gains effect from right hand Shark / gains effect from Drake Shark / ORU, 2, 1 set card.
Timmy second turn. Okay, that didn't work out.
Timmy grunted, drawing, checking over.
What now?
He checks over his hand for what to do. Then seeing a move he nodded before taking it.
I activate Marketing Archive. He activates the spell he had drawn. Marketing Archive. Normal spell card.
If you control no monsters, special summon one level 4 or lower Dragon Archiver monster from your deck in defense position to either player's field. If your opponent activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver monster while this card is in your GY, you can banish one card from your GY, add one Dragon Ritual monster, or one Archiver Ritual from your deck or GY to your hand. You can only activate this effect of Marketing Archive once per turn. Since I have no monsters on the field, I summon a Dragon Archiver to either our fields in defense.
Timmy explained. I summon Renosik in defense position.
Renosik rose on his field defending.
Defense position. Dragon Archiver Renosik. Dark. Level 3. Pendulum Scale, 3. Dragon Pendulum Effect. ATK, 1100. Def, 1600. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects once per turn.
Once per turn, if a Dragon Archiver monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can negate that attack. Monster Effect, during your main phase if you activated a spell, activate this effect, target one card in your GY, add that card to your hand. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can add one fusion normal spell, or one polymerization from your deck to your hand. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Renosik once per turn.
And then I activate another spell. Archiving Clone. Timmy activated another spell on his field. Archiving Clone. Normal spell card.
This card is always treated as a Dragon Archiver card. Target one Dragon Archiver monster on the field, special summon this card as a normal monster with the same attribute and level as that monster. /LV/Dragon/ATK0/Def0. If this card is used as material for the summon of a dragon monster, that monster is treated as a Dragon Archiver monster while on the field. If a dragon monster's on the field should be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish this card from your GY instead. This card allows me to make a clone of Renosik. At that, a clone of Renosik rose beside the original. Archiving Clone, Dark/LV3/Dragon/ATK0/Def0. Then the effect of Renosik activates.
Renosik glowed as he shows Marketing Archive.
Whenever I activate a spell card, I take a card from the graveyard back to my hand. He adds his first spell back as he said that.
Shark nodded, seeing that move. All right. Timmy then grunted over. I can't summon Dark Rebellion, but I do have this.
That thought in mind, he raised his arm.
Okay, I overlay level 3 Renosik and Archiving Clone. The two glowed purple, flying into the overlay network.
The archives of the dragons focus on studying the streaming vapors.
And now the dragon that sleeps in the darkened ocean is ready to tighten its grip. XYZ Summon. Rank 3, number 17, Leviathan Dragon. Shark's first number, and the first ever used, rose up readying, roaring above him to battle Shark Drake. Attack position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon.
Water.
Rank 3. Dragon Effect XYZ. ATK 2000. Def, 0. 2 level 3 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. Cannot attack directly unless it has material. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, it gains 500 ATK. Oru, 2. Shark's eyes widen slightly. Leviathan Dragon isn't strong enough. Not now. But by using an overlay unit, I can have him gain 500 attack points. Leviathan Dragon 8-1 overlay unit roaring. Leviathan Dragon, ATK, 2000 plus 500 equals 2500/ORU, 2-1. And as Renosik was used to XYZ summon, I take a fusion card to my hand. Timmy adds a second spell checking it before adding it to his hand. Okay, I can defend Leviathan Dragon with archiving clone in the graveyard. I'm about to lose Icalius from Drake Shark's other effect, but I can last for me to have Leviathan Dragon be strong enough. Timmy's hand, 2/field, Dragon Archiver, Icalius, Pendulum, number 17, Leviathan Dragon, attack post-ion/ATK, 2500/ORU, 1/treated as a Dragon Archiver. Shark second turn. Is that your plan? Shark already knows what Timmy is up to, and is not pleased. You're still letting your fear control you. I didn't trust my sister with such a coward. Timmy grunted over from this, shaking his head. No. No, I'm not Dash. Then mind explaining what you're trying to do? I can clearly see you're attempting to power Leviathan Dragon enough to overpower Shark Drake. Shark stated over with a glare. You would have another strong plan, but now your fear is distracting you from doing that. Stop letting it control you already. Timmy grunted, knowing what Shark is saying over before he closed his hand. Shark waited over before Timmy looks down. I can't. I almost lost Anna and Rio. Flashes of his nightmare was brought on his mind over as he grunted over. I don't think I'm strong enough to protect them, not after what had happened earlier. I let them down. Then you don't deserve them in the first place. Shark told him coldly. When I beat you, say your goodbyes. Shark. How could you Dash? Feeling a hand on his shoulder, Yuma turned, seeing Anna looking at him, shaking her head. Anna, what are you? Shark knows what he's doing, Yuma. Anna told him simply. Just trust him. You hear me, Timmy? If you're so scared, then you shouldn't be here. So say goodbye to Rio, Anna, and everyone, because we're better without you. Shark told him. Timmy grunted over his Shark then drew. I draw. Checking over, he nodded, and then headed over. First off, I summoned Saber Shark. At that, a blue shark with a blade rose up on his field, growling. Attack position. Saber Shark. Water. Level 4. Fish/effect. ATK, 1600. Def 1200. Cannot be used as a synchro material. Twice per turn, you can target one fish monster on the field, then activate one of these effects. Increase its level by 1. Reduce its level by 1. You cannot special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except water monsters. And as I just summoned a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster, I can summon shark stickers from my hand. Shark called summoning a blue small shark. Attack position. Shark stickers. Water. Level 3. Fish/effect. ATK, 200. Def, 1000. When a fish, sea serpent, or aqua-type monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card cannot be used as a synchro material monster. Then I activate Saber Shark's ability. I can lower or increase the level of a fish on my field by 1. Shark stickers grew bigger from the increase of level. Shark stickers, LV, 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. This isn't good. Flip panicked. And now I overlay shark stickers, and Saber Shark, the two glowed blue, flying into the overlay network. So now come, number 37, Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark. Lowering beside Shark Drake was a white spider-like dragon that is shark mixed into it, growling. Attack position. Number 37, Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark. Water. Rank 4. Sea Serpent Effect XYZ. ATK, 2600. Def, 2100. 2 level 4 water monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. When any player's monster declares an attack, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. All monsters your opponent currently controls lose 1000 ATK until the end of this turn. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one other monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use each effect of number 37. Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark once per turn. Oru, 2. Another number? Timmy widened his eyes, not expecting this as he sees the number. What the, where did he get that? Yuma questioned in shock seeing it. And now time to battle. Spider Shark Attack. The new number charges in as Leviathan Dragon prepared itself before Shark called on. And now by using an overlay unit, Leviathan Dragon 1000 points during battle. Leviathan Dragon, ATK, 2500 minus 1000 is equal to 1500. By banishing Archiving Clone from the graveyard, Leviathan Dragon isn't destroyed. Timmy countered as the attack struck barriers that protected Leviathan Dragon, but Timmy stepped back shaking his head. Timmy, 2600/hand, 2. Maybe, but I still have some attacks. Shark Drake sink down Leviathan Dragon. Deep Sea Destruction. Shark Drake charges an attack firing to blast over on Leviathan Dragon, which chomped it down, destroying it, which pushed Timmy back. Timmy, 1300/hand, 2. Oh, and that's not the end of it. By using an overlay unit, Shark Drake brings back the monster it destroys from the graveyard, only it's 1000 attack points weaker. After that it can attack it all over again. Shark Drake takes a unit, ORU, 2/1, before generating a harsh water sprout which threatens to pull Leviathan Dragon out of the graveyard. If this attack hits, it's all over. Torai cried seeing that. Timmy grunted, checking what he can do. Then noticing something, his eyes widened before quickly using it. Sorry Shark, I still got the card Renosik had me used. It's Emergency Fusion. At that, a trap card that shows of Cyberstein being used like Frankenstein is brought to life by Kozaki with a sky like a polymerization. Emergency Fusion. Normal trap card. This card's name is always treated as polymerization. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect, during the main phase or battle phase of this turn, you can target 2 monsters in your GY. Special summon those monsters from your GY, then declare one name or attribute. The name or attribute of one of those monsters becomes the type you declare, and if you do, fusion summon one fusion monster using those monsters you control. If you control no monsters, and the difference of LP is 2000, you can activate this card from your hand. You can only activate one emergency fusion per turn. Shark's eyes widened hearing that. As the difference of life points is 2000, and I don't have monsters, I summon 2 monsters from the graveyard, and use them to fusion summon once Leviathan Dragon's attribute becomes dark. Timmy called as Leviathan Dragon, and Renosik flew up readying. Since it was summoned from a different effect, Shark Drake's effect can't have it attack again. Leviathan Dragon, attack position / attribute, dark. Dragon Archiver, Renosik, attack position. And now fusion, the 2 dragons fuse together. The archives of the dragons focus on studying the poisonous fangs. And now the dragon that sleeps in the hell beneath the petals is ready to give terror. Fusion Summon. Level 8, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Starving Venom came to his rescue roaring above him. Attack position. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Dark. Level 8. Dragon Effect Fusion. ATK, 2800. Def, 2000. 2 dark monsters on the field, except tokens. If this card is fusion summoned, you can make this card gain ATK equal to one opponent's special summon monster, until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target one level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls,
until the end phase, this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. That dragon gains points, so Shark can't destroy it. Kite noted. Even with it, Shark Drake can't attack as Leviathan Dragon was out of the target zone. Thomas said as he watched with crossed arms, knowing what Timmy was up to. I tried that trick before in my last duel with Shark. Okay, not bad, you survived. But you're only delaying it. Shark stated at Timmy, who looks exhausted. Like I said, we don't need a coward such as yourself, your fear is making you a hindrance. Timmy doesn't deny it. He is a coward, his nightmare is holding him back, and he can't let it go. If he doesn't get his act together soon, then something worse than before will come and happen. But he's still afraid. What if he can't move on? He doesn't know what will happen. Timmy Wixon. Just then everything froze in time, even Shark's annoyed face. But Timmy was staring in shock ahead at what he's seeing. The spirit of his grandmother Susan, who was softly smiling. Grandma? Timmy asked, shocked seeing her. She smiled, walking over to hug him gently. Timmy cried, running over hugging her. Grandma, I missed you so much. I missed you too, Timmy. Susan smiled, hugging her grandson close to her. Timmy sniffed, crying before pulling back, looking up. Grandma. I'm so sorry. He looked down, crying. If I had done something, you would still be alive. He still blames himself for not speaking up when his parents brought the poison wine over for Susan to take so that they can take her wealth and their son back from her, which didn't work as well as they intended. They succeeded in breaking his spirit that determined Susan's fate. Oh, Timmy, do not blame yourself, it wasn't your fault. Timmy blinked, sniffing, looking up. It's not. Of course not. Susan smiled assuringly to him. Your parents are always a clever bunch despite caring more for money, but I never blamed you for it, as it wasn't your doing that done it. She pat his head, rubbing it. Now Timmy, I'm glad to see you again, but I can see you're having trouble. You're afraid. Why? Timmy shivered before looking down. I had a terrible nightmare last night, that I lost both Anna and Rio to a monster, then my parents took my back. It almost happened for real too. Susan frowned, nodding over. But she then smiled over. Well, I understand how you're feeling, but Timmy, do you know what I think? Timmy frowned, shaking his head. I think you're strong enough. Timmy blinked over as she smiled over. You always prove to me you're such a kind, caring, and strong young man. No matter the obstacle, you're always charging forward ahead. The nightmare may be scary, but if you're not there, then who will protect Rio and Anna? That made him froze, thinking about it. They need you now more than ever. Now that your enemies are growing stronger than ever, you need to get yourself stronger too. But I don't know if I can. I believe you can, you always shown me you can. Susan pat his head, smiling. To truly let go of your fear is to face it. So now control your fear, and show it that you're not gonna let it control you. I'm afraid that I'll lose Anna and Rio. Susan nodded, understanding that. I know. But you're all they have now, always be for them, and protect them. Timmy cried, now for a different reason, nodding as Susan stood up. It's great to see you again, Timmy, now it's time for me to go. Grandma. Timmy reached his hand over to her. Don't worry, we will meet again, very soon. Susan smiled before she starts vanishing into light. Grandma, goodbye. Timmy spoke, staring off as she vanished before time resumed as rain started to drop down on everyone. He then wipes his eyes, slowly standing up. Shark? HM? What is it, saying goodbye early and surrendering? Shark questioned. You were right. Shark blinked as Timmy's eyes were shadowed. I am coward, look at me, after all we all done before the Barians came in, just standing here being an idiot. I let my fear control me like this, the crippling fear of losing Anna and Rio, that scares me, but nothing scares me more than letting it happen. That said, he raised his head, showing his usual determined look which everyone sees before he grinned.
But that won't happen anymore, Shark, so, you ready to finish this?
He readies his dual disc over to Shark.
Shark smirked. I've been ready, the question is, are you?
Everyone geared up, readying for the duel they're about to see between Shark and Timmy now.
Meanwhile, Q theme, Paramina Rift, Seeking Power, from FF12. Mizar, can you tell what that picture up there is?
At the hidden room, Duman gestured to the very top picture where they see carvings of two people, one a huge demon, and the other seeing that's shaped like astral. Of course they would know this picture. It was the events that lead to the beginning of the Astral Barian War, where Astral faced and defeated the god of Barian world, Don Thousand himself, when said man was banished from Astral world for unknown reasons, having created Barian world. It's the legendary battle between the original number and the Barian god Don Thousand.
Mizar answered.
Of course. As we know, Don Thousand was a former resident of Astral world, having been banished for reasons as yet unknown. But this part of the story started like this. Once, when the beginning of time was created from the tear of the dragon of time, there existed a world of pure energy, Astral world. Within a location that can be accessed by denizens of that world, held the card that can change the fabric of time itself, the Numeron Code. Whoever wields the Numeron Code can alter time freely, and use it to take their place as the most powerful being there is. A great battle sparked out, where one denizen, having been banished from his home, seeked to use the Numeron Code, where he had been defeated by Astral World's savior to stop him from obtaining it, resulting in the loss of his memories, and with it the knowledge of the Numeron Code.
Duman spoke over reading the writing on the tablets.
Of course, that's known to all Barians.
Mizar recalled.
It's the origin of our very world after all.
Yes. But that's only half of the story we know. Duman turned over where he stepped, revealing a section.
This part here holds the rest of the story.
Mizar blinked, looking at the section.
He sees some carved pictures, and more writing. But he sees that some pictures seem to be shaping, some that seem to contain darkened spirits in shapes of dragons, alongside what seems to be a carving of number archive with a giant dragon materializing against something at the end alongside them, facing off against Astral with a carving a utopia with him.
What in the world? Mizar cried in shock.
Pay attention, Mizar, as I will read the part of the story that we often never hear of.
Duman makes sure Mizar is paying attention, as this could be the answer they're looking for. Mizar nodded, looking at the images while listening.
Before his final defeat, the banished denizen had sent out pieces of his form around the world, where they will unite to gain his ultimate power once they gain great power for him to take to himself. The pieces went through the planes of existence, and experienced some warps of reality, to where eventually they vanished into a new world. Within a new world they take the form as dragons, uncontrollable, and really difficult to tame, where only someone having the power of Astral world can control them. It is said that one day those pieces will return under a new master, having the potential from taming these powers now to one day become the ultimate savior of Barian world from this same foreign realm, where along with it she'll bring something grand to this old world, where it will awaken the denizen again from where he's been sealed, and they will face each other for the Numeron Code, and then face the savior of Astral world once the Numeron Code materializes in one final clash with the Numeron Code at stake, where this master will either write history as it wishes, or change it for their benefit. Duman finishes reading the other half while gesturing to each picture he means at which part for Mizar to understand and get.
Mizar looked at the mural only to close his eyes. Those dragons. If what you spoke is true.
Duman turned over towards him to face him.
Then all the signs from what the mural prophesied should all add up.
Timmy Wixon brought something grand, pendulum summoning, and his dragons, as you reported, have power that felt like Don Thousand's. I have suspicions if he's really the one. We hardly know if he's truly from a different world or if he really has powers from Astral world. Normal humans would be consumed by the power pieces of Don Thousand has.
He then turned back over to the mural, recalling Timmy. But as we know, Timmy isn't a normal human.
He then closed his eyes, lowering his head.
Which means two things: it's either a coincidence or...
He turned over to Mizar with one eye. Timmy is the savior of Barian world that it spoke of. The savior, we'll have to test him. If this is true, he's hardly strong enough. He barely put up a fight against me.
Mizar noted. Then again, it could explain why Jirag has been having so much trouble.
At first, it was mostly the original number, and Yuma that prevented him or Alito, and Timmy only interfered twice.
Duman spoke before turning over to Mizar.
As you said, we need to test him further. We will get to do that in due time, Mizar, but now you need to regain your strength, and never speak of this to anyone.
If Timmy really is the savior, we need to make sure he really is. I won't say anything. Mizar nodded as he turned and walked off, clearly thinking about what was revealed.
Duman stared off before he then turned over to the mural again, staring at
Nash. Marin.
I wonder what you two would think if you know that the savior of Barian world has came at least. Don't worry, my friends, if he is what the legend spoke of, then we will have him assist us in our mission to collect the numbers and destroy Astral World. One way or another we will succeed in our mission. That said, he reaches placing the curtain back onto the mural to cover it before then turning, walking out to get back to his other duties.
Back on Earth.
Shark's Hand, 2/field, number 32. Shark Drake, attack position / gains effect from right hand shark / gains effect from Drake Shark, number 37. Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark, attack position / ORU, 1 set card.
Timmy, 1300. Hand, 1.
Field, Dragon Archiver Icalis, Pendulum, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, attack position.
Shark, 4000. Hand, 2.
Field, number 32, Shark Drake, attack position / gains effect from right hand shark / gains effect from Drake Shark / ORU, 2, number 37. Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark, attack position / ORU, 1 set card.
Timmy, third turn. Sorry for being lame before Shark, but you're gonna be facing me for real now. Timmy said over to Shark.
Good to hear, but it's too little too late.
Shark told him. Let's see. I draw. Timmy drew, checking over, seeing what he had drawn.
Checking over, he sees some cards in his mind, seeing how they're combined.
He nodded, getting an idea before then calling. Alright, I activate XYZ Treasure. Said card appeared on the field. XYZ Treasure. Normal spell card.
Draw 1 card for each face-up XYZ monster on the field.
Thanks to this card, I draw a card for every XYZ monster on the field.
Timmy called his Shark Drake, and Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark glowed that he drew 2 cards.
Shark nodded, seeing that.
Timmy, once he sees his drawn card, nodded over before then calling.
Alright, I activate the spell Predator Sprout.
A card showing a carnivorous plant being sprouted from a DD assailant in the graveyard appeared.
Predator Sprout. Equip spell card.
Target 1 level 4 or lower non-plant monster in your GY, special summon that target, and if you do, that monster is treated as a predaplant monster. If that monster is used for the fusion summon of a dark dragon monster, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy that target. You can only control 1 Predator Sprout.
So now Williamston comes back from the graveyard, but he's now a predaplant.
Timmy called over as Williamston rose up, now having vines and sprouts over his body. Dragon Archiver Williamston, attack position / treated as a predaplant monster / equipped with Predator Sprout. Predator Sprout, equipped to Dragon Archiver Williamston.
Shark blinked before his eyes shot open. And now I activate Polymerization. Timmy activates the basic fusion spell. Polymerization. Normal spell card.
Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as material. And now with it I fuse Williamston, that's a predaplant with Starving Venom. Timmy called as the 2 fused together.
Wait, predaplant, what monster is he summoning? Caswell realized Timmy never used a predaplant, whatever that is, for what he's planning to do. Shark frowned. This could be a problem.
The archives of the dragons focus on studying the flower that lures prey to hell. And now the dragon that sleeps in the petals is ready to indulge in what pleases it.
Fusion summon. Level 10, Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon.
Emerging from the portal was an evolution of Starving Venom that's larger, and energy wings with orbs, but a white body / blue body with purple biological armor on, readying up, roaring loud.
Attack position. Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon. Dark. Level 10. Dragon Effect Fusion. ATK, 3300. Def, 2500. 1 Predaplant monster plus 1 dark monster whose original level is 8 or higher. Must first be fusion summoned. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Until the end of this turn, change the target's ATK to 0, also that target has its effects negated. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, then you can banish one level 8 or higher dark monster from your graveyard and special summon this card from the graveyard. Shark's eyes widened in shock seeing the dragon. Whoa, that thing doesn't look friendly. Bronk admitted as he sees it, more than a little intimidated seeing the dragon. Yeah, I'm glad it's on our side. Torai agreed nervously. Now as Predator Sprout was at the graveyard, I destroy Hope Woven Spider Shark, one of Shark's numbers growled before shattering. And next I activate Greedy Venom's ability. I negate Shark Drake's abilities, and make it have 0 attack points. Greedy Venom charged an effect firing over that enveloped Shark Drake, who roared loud in agony. Shark Drake, ATK, 2800 equals 0/effects negated. What? Shark questioned in shock. Oh, and as Williamston was used to summon a monster, you take 1000 points of damage. Williamston appeared blasting Shark, who stepped back. Shark, 3000/hand, 2. He winced but smiled behind his arm at that. Wait, if this attack hits then Shark loses. Bronk cried in shock seeing this. Alright, Greedy Venom attack Shark Drake. Greedy Venom charges in roaring loud on Shark Drake. Well, you got your head back on right. I knew you were the boy that would date Rio. Timmy smiled from this before Shark then smirked. But I don't intend to lose here. I activate Full Armored XYZ. A trap showing something being armored up appeared. Full Armored XYZ. Normal trap card. If an XYZ monsters is on the field, immediately after this effect resolves, XYZ summon one XYZ monster using monsters you control. You can banish this card from your GY, then target one XYZ monster you control, equip one other XYZ monster from your face-up field or GY to that monster as an equip spell with the following effects. The equipped monster gains ATK equal to this card's ATK. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. As an XYZ monster is on the field, I can XYZ summon immediately. Shark called over to them. Hold on. Shark only has Shark Drake in play, so what could he summon? Bronk questioned hearing that. There is more than one way to skin a pig. Shark grinned while knowing that's not how the saying goes, but be inappropriate with Kathy around. Revealing his drawn card from last turn is Aqua Jet. By discarding a spell from my hand, I can then rebuild the overlay network with Shark Drake. The weakened Shark Drake turned blue, vanishing that dodged Greedy Venom's attack as it moved into the overlay network. Kathy sighed. You can use the proper phrase Shark, it's fine. Wait, but Shark Drake Vice won't help you if you have over 1000 life points. Thomas recalled. Marine Biting Dragon. Be reborn with the ancient power of the sea dragon, and manifest over as the king of the deep. Chaos XYZ change. Shark has his aura while generating a monster. Emerge from the deep, Chaos number 32, Shark Drake Leviathan. At that manifesting was Shark Drake Vice, but its body is different where it has more fins, and a long body as if it's now a Leviathan. Attack position. Number C32, Shark Drake Leviathan. Water. Rank 5. Sea Serpent Effect XYZ. ATK, 3100. Def, 2600. 4 level 5 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. You can also XYZ summon this card by discarding one spell and using one rank 4 Shark Drake XYZ monster you control. Transfer its materials to this card. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, and if you do, change its ATK/def to 0. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase, also if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Oru, 3. What the? Yuma questioned in shock. Shark has another chaos number? Caswell asked, shocked, seeing the large beast. Well, it's okay, Timmy's dragon is stronger, Flip pointed out.
Timmy grunted, knowing better, but he can't get a chance to attack again, so he called on.
Alright, Greedy Venom, don't let up your assault. Greedy Venom roared, charging in over to Shark Drake Leviathan. Might not be much damage, but it will be something. Big mistake.
I activate Shark Drake Leviathan's ability. The chaos number takes a unit charging in.
ORU, 3-2, during either our turns, Shark Drake Leviathan does what your dragon just done earlier. What? Timmy blinked as Greedy Venom was engulfed in a harsh water wave.
Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon, effects negated /ATK, 3300 equals 0/def, 2500 minus 2500 is equal to 0.
No way. Bronk cried in shock. And now counterattack.
Shark Drake Leviathan charged, piercing through Greedy Venom, which it roared loud before exploding hard, which Timmy grunted before yelling out, landing hard on the ground.
Timmy.
0000.
Hand, 1.
Field, Dragon Archiver, Icalis, Pendulum.
Shark, 3000. Hand, 0. Field, number C32, Shark Drake Leviathan, attack position /ORU, 2. Shark wins.
Seeing that, Rio and Anna ran to help him up.
So, are you going to keep fighting the Baryons? Shark asked Timmy.
Timmy slowly sits up as his girlfriends helped him. He then turned over towards Shark before he smiled.
To be honest, I don't know if I'll be much. He then stood up, saying over.
But I will continue doing all I can just like before, and won't let a nightmare hinder me next time.
Shark smirked at that. Good. He walked over and offered a hand to help Timmy back to his feet.
That wraps up this part of What If Dragon Deck User in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Zexal. Thanks so much for listening.
As always, new parts drop every 4 days, so be sure to stay tuned.
Quick reminder.
What If Ichigo Awoke His True Powers will be finished soon, since we've nearly at the end of the story.
So now, I need your help picking the next project for the channel. I'm currently deciding between these 3 fanfics. What If Gacha System in Modern Family World? What If Transmigrated in Bleach World? What If Transmigrated in One Piece and Becoming a Marine? Please vote in the poll and let me know which story you'd like to see next. I'll take the top pick and start working on that series next.
Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please consider supporting the original author as well. See you in the next one.